Greetings, family. I come to you today with love, peace, and respect. Welcome to another A.G.M perspective where we discuss real issues in real time. Now, today, the topic is the relevance of a black militia, i.e., NFAC. Now, before NFAC, I wasn't aware of black militias. I wasn't aware of the purpose of a militia. So I did some research, and this is what I came up with. In 1874, in Hamburg, South Carolina, on the border of Georgia, the mayor of an all-black town, so this was a town like something like Black Wall Street then, hearing the news of white militias forming in the surrounding areas, formed an all-black 84 men militia to protect the black citizens within their township. The mayor at that time was Mayor John Gardner. So this mayor heard rumors of militias clicking up with intentions of running down on his town. So he did the proactive thing, which was to form a black militia that reflected the demographic of the town. Which was exercising the Second Amendment right, which states a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So we have a right to protect ourselves, not only ourselves, but our rights, with arms if necessary. Now, why is NFAC necessary? We know there's been a slew of senseless black murders. We know that there's been an incarceration of black peoples in this, not only disproportionately, but most of the time illegally. Manufactured evidence, paid informants bargaining for lesser time. Not only do we have incarcerations by the hundreds of thousands, but we have extra long sentences, life sentences being given out for unjust laws, 3 strikes laws, 3 felonies. Somebody steal a pizza, they get life in prison. What happened to paying your debt to society and after your debt is paid, being reinstated with your rights to vote and your rights to arm yourself, to defend yourself and your family and property. Now, since the brother Grand Master J and NFAC has come on the scene, I see human dignity being restored to the hopeless. A lot of people, including me, was feeling frustrated because our concerns fell on deaf ears. It's as if we didn't matter. Every time you turn on the TV, there was always another black murder, unarmed, unprovoked, just senseless slaughter, which would be buried in the news media and never heard of again. Police was rarely prosecuted. Evidence was never collected efficiently. And justice was fleeting. NFAC came and showed the world that blacks could be proficient, organized, be self-reliant, and organized with discipline. So much so that with two successful formations, the brother was able to get the respect of the media so much that the media branded NFAC as America's black militia. Imagine that. America's black militia, which is a statement unto itself. What does that signify? It signifies that the Grand Master and his organization is the defender of black people nationwide. A huge responsibility. A huge responsibility. But I feel that the brother is knowledgeable enough and intelligent enough to take on the task. All the organizations that came into existence from civil rights time till now this is the first time in history that armed men in those numbers have come and organize themselves in a legal and efficient manner, which says a lot for the leader himself. Not only is the leader bringing forth his organization, but he's also challenging as well as inviting others to form a consortium where they become one, but at the same time, they could still maintain their autonomy. Or he encouraged others to form their own militia with their own branding. There's strength in numbers. The larger the number, the more your voice, or the louder your voice is being heard, the more you're respected. Gun sales have skyrocketed since NFAC came on the scene. The brother is showing people how to get their rights restored. People are taking self-defense classes. So now you move in a demographic from being powerless sheep to vigilant citizen, capable of defending themselves. Which is their right. Now, NFAC does not come off as warmongers. They're not looking to engage the different white militias, but instead, NFAC is there to let these other white militias know that we will defend our people by any means necessary. Just like you defend yours, we prepare to defend ours also. NFAC has stated this is an organization for self-defense. The brother did not say offense. The brother said self-defense. So as long as there's no offense, everything is love, everything is peace. But the minute there's an offense, the offense will be met by defense. Who will be to blame? I don't understand why people are being threatened by NFAC, why they feel threatened because this organization exists. When you have all these other organizations that's armed and nobody feels threatened. when all these white militias was walking around with their weapons and had their protests and marches, there was little being said. Now all of a sudden, we have black men standing up for their constitutional rights. Standing up for their people. It's a problem. If everything was fair and just in America, there would be no need for NFAC. If everything was fair and just in America, the investigation for Ms. Breonna Taylor would have been concluded already. And the guilty parties charged. NFAC is not propagating civil war, but some of the white militias are, and they are preparing for it. So it just makes sense to me that if those who do not reflect our self-interest or the interests of our people, and we see them preparing, then it's only right that we prepare also, which is our right. Like the mayor in 1874 did. The brothers saw the white militias preparing, gathering, so he took proactive measures, which was to form 84-man militia, all black. So there's precedence for this action. It's nothing new, but it's something just and legal. We're not talking about a band of rogues and outlaws and gunslingers and bloodthirsty killers and all of that. We're talking about regular, civil human beings, mostly family men who want to protect the interests of the black family and black people on the whole. Whoever sees a problem with this is the problem. And the brothers who get on the bandwagon to criticize this brother, but don't try to sit at the table with this brother and try to see how they can join the movement, I find them as a problem also. If you're not part of a solution, you're part of the problem. And if you're being used as an agent, by the very ones who seek to oppress you, knowingly or unknowingly, then you're a problem. And if you're a problem to the black nation and black people, then don't expect no love. Don't expect no understanding. You will be pushed out. You will be cast out. You will be an outcast. Why? Because you're a traitor. Straight up. If you don't move in the best interest of your people and you move against the people or anybody who comes in the name of the people, then you are a traitor. You are a traitor. I want to read something from a freedom fighter. People get used to anything. The less you think about oppression, the more your tolerance for it grows. After a while, people just think oppression is a normal state of things. But to become free, you have to be actively aware, acutely aware of being a slave. You have to be acutely aware of being a slave. A lot of us think that we're free today, but we can't say the things that we want. We can't do the things that we want, or I should say, we can't do the things that we need to do. Because we are oppressed. A lot of us feel that we're free, but we're not free. That's an illusion. Anytime you have to look around you in fear for saying the wrong things, which you know are true, you're oppressed. Anytime you can't go someplace that everybody else is going because of the color of your skin, you're being oppressed. You're a victim of racism. Anytime you go in a place of worship and all the statues and paintings don't reflect your skin color and the melanin content of your skin, you're being oppressed. Anytime the laws of the land does not give you the same protection as somebody that looks different from you, you're oppressed. Anytime a police officer decides to pull you over and chastise you and deal with you different than he would somebody else that don't look like you, you're oppressed. Racism is oppression. Anytime you are denied basic human rights that others enjoy, you are oppressed. Don't get it twisted. Everybody thinks that from way back in slavery, civil rights era, and all of this, that things have changed. Things have not changed. The oppression is real. The oppression is the same. It only seems because it has been polished. It has been refined. It's not hardcore like how it used to be. In your face. But then with Trump in power, it's becoming like that again. Which is why the need for NFAC. Trump emboldened white militias who are prepping, who are training warfare. So what are we supposed to be? What are we supposed to do? Just stand there and look and wait? Become victims? No. I don't advocate being a victim. Get ready, stay ready. That's what I advocate. Get ready, stay ready. Stay fit. Get on your training. Get on your self-defense classes. Join an organization. Practice solidarity with your Black family. We're all one. Melanin content is what binds us. Forget about the petty differences, things that separate us. Concentrate on the mutuality, the things that we share. Focus on that. Focus on nothing else but that. The things that bind us, that's what you focus on. NFAC is necessary. NFAC is here to check any illegal aggression inflicted on Black people. Straight up like that. All these different organizations need to support NFAC. Form a coalition. Be one united front instead of fractions. That's what the enemy wants. It wants fractions. When you have fractions, one could be played against the other. The enemy plays on your differences. Start beefs, start confusion, you're fighting each other, you forget about them. And when I say the enemy, I mean anybody who's moving in the interest against Black human rights, against Black people on a whole. And it doesn't have to be somebody white. It could be somebody Black. When you move against the welfare of Black people or the progression of Black people, you're the enemy. The ones that look like us are the most dangerous because they can be more detrimental because they walk amongst us. But they have the white mind. They look Black, but they're white inside. And I'm not speaking generalizing all white people. I'm speaking about those who feel that they're superior or supreme to Black people. If you do not feel superior or supreme, then exclude yourself from the enemy list. But if you feel that you're superior to Black people because of what you've been duped into believing, then you're the enemy. Take into consideration that everything that you see Black people achieving today, consider that 400 years we have been deprived of everything while you advanced for 400 years. Think about that. Anytime you want to say negative, something negative about black people, think about that 400 years handicap. Think about that. If you love the content of this platform, please subscribe or like or hit the notification button. Anytime we post, you will be notified. Peace and love, people.